Go ahead and bring him up. Mr. Kyle Sweeney.
Brought my drink and my jokes. Let's get this party started. As they said, my name is Kyle Sweeney. How are you guys? Are you guys doing good? Yeah. Well, like today, I'm a little nervous. This is my first time doing stand-up, and well, frankly, I hope it's a little bit of my first time having sex. Because that was about as long as. Have you guys ever seen the Adult Swim bumpers? Black background, white text. In fact, we were watching Futurama during, and then we had a break. Well, I guess, you know, let's not get too personal here. I mean, this is stand-up. You're here to laugh, hopefully with me, not at me. My counselor says I should probably do this, but, you know, since I feel so comfortable in this group, I'm going to go ahead and have a seat over here. If you guys will just kind of play along with me. My name is Kyle Sweeney.
Hi, Kyle.
Thank you. Hold on, just 1 second. Stop. I am addicted to boner pills. God, it feels so good to say. Thank you. And typically, if we were in one of our meetings, you'd say, "And now, hello, Kyle," and welcome me to the group with a bunch of strangers that I probably never end up really meeting beyond this. Anyway, so I got into boner pills, I guess the same way anybody does. I was talking to my doctor, and I wanted to do this elaborate goof, right? So I'm like, "Hey doc, I need some boner pills." And he's like, "You don't need boner pills for a 6-inch penis. That's a healthy penis. That's a more than adequate penis for most people." So I was like, "No, it's just a goof, doc. I'm just goofing with you." Anyway, I let me out of the office. I went home. He must have referred me to one of his friends. I think it was Dr. Cox. I ended in my spam filter, but I ended up reading it, and it said, "You submit your credit card number. In 6 to 8 weeks, you will have a package of boner pills." So I did that as a goof. And got that figured out. So Ned, I've been taking boner pills ever since. But you know, when you're taking boner pills, it can turn into you know, like a. You know, it's like, if you think about it, boner pills kind of turn you into like a kind of like a drug addict, because it's like, you know, like you want more. You know, you're taking, you're stealing, you're lying to people, you're returning people's phone calls, and it's rough. It really, really is. But a friend of mine back there, Andy Petruzzo, if you'll clap so we know where you're standing. Hi. Oh, thank you. Thank you. He came up to me and he said, "Kyle, you have a problem." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And then you're addicted to boner pills, and it's really freaking everyone out. So, thank you, Andy. I really appreciate that. But heck, what am I doing? Enough about me. Joke time. Jokes. Let's see what we got here. Hey, what's the deal with Obama, huh? You guys like Obama? Hey!
Remember for Kyle Sweeney.
What's that? All right. Anyway, so I like Obama just as much as the next guy, right? Yes. Huh? It's about time for a new administration, I feel, because you know it's like all the corruption, all taxes, blah blah blah. It makes me think that you know, maybe we can really move past this and hope. That's huge for me. So I'm thinking about it. And then Medicare, like for example, 10 years, Medicare is going to be non-existent. 15 years at the maximum on the outside. It's a scientific fact. I'm sorry to tell you that. But like the other day, if my HMO is any indication, I went into the doctor and they said, "You can't approve this." And I was like, "I don't understand." And I'm like, "The doctor approved it. The doctor prescribed it, and then now the insurance is supposed to pay for it. That's how this operation works. That's why I pay for my insurance." But again, people far greater than I have made this decision. And I think it's discrimination, you know? Erectile dysfunction is a very important disease. It affects half of every man, woman, and child's life here in this country. So, you know, I don't know, as a disease, I think it's important to take care of the cure, the problem, the symptom. What is it? I don't know. Do you know? Do you know?
Yes.
Right, well,
I should elaborate for Kyle Sweeney.
I'll get with you after. So we've got a lot going on here in the world, right? Pick a country. Brazil. That's an excellent country. Been there, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Terry Gilliam's Brazil. It's all good. It's a great country. My doctor actually prescribed me some Brazilian boner pills, and they were excellent. They were, but I guess it's a trial and error thing because you get the little bottle and you're doing your thing, and I guess these were a little bit small. Have you ever seen a real boner pill? Anyone? They're like horse pills. Horse pills kind of give you a horse boner. That's how I saw it. So these Brazilian ones though were very small. So I took about, I guess, 3 of them, and then I also thought that they were smaller, and a boner pill has to be big if you're taking it by the mouth. So I didn't put like suppositories, horse take medicine suppository. You know how to drill. I wouldn't put it in my. I'm a man. I'm a real man. So, what I ended up doing is it seemed logical at the time, so I put 3 into my boner hole, my urethra. Doctors call it a boner hole. And, well, it didn't give me the desired effect. It did start tingling and then burning pretty readily. I told my doctor, but he was out of the country, But then he also said, the nurse said that his medical license had been revoked for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but so needless to say, it was rough, but I ended up peeing it out a couple hours later, and I did in fact achieve at least 1 boner during that time. So I have to thank the Brazilian boner medication. It turns out it's administered by mouth. These things happen. Let's see. Joke time. Joke.
I got a delivery for Kyle Sweeney. Anyone?
So my next joke. Why do stand-ups carry these? Hey, who here has been married? Show of hands. Married, huh? The bond of a man and a woman. I tell you, my wife. It's not. It's difficult to say, but my wife woman, she's always nagging me. You get your wife nag you, or husbands if you're a woman, or if you're California. Does that happen? I'm just looking for an affirmative. Yes. Yep. Thank you, sir.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, my wife's always coming around like blah 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 blah, go mow the yard, blah 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 blah, go paint the fence, and I'm like, I don't do those. I just watch TV. But yeah, she was an unfaithful bitch. So that serves her right, It was our 5th year anniversary, and I came in, and she was bonering another man. The other man was probably bonering her specifically, but regardless to say, like, I didn't take it well, and I did what any red-blooded American would do. I went to the bar, and then I took a bottle of Brazilian boner pills. and I mean, that was the thing. It was like, it seemed like a good idea at the time, and then, you're the life of the party now, and you've got so many boner pills in you. But then it turns into something sinister. 15 minutes later, I was in awful pain. I don't know if you've ever seen a boner. It happens like there's a muscle that expands, and then there's the elasticity of the penis skin. And yeah, no, that's a boner, ladies and gentlemen. And then, but when you take 25, it's like a mutation, if you will. I don't know how to best to explain. It's like if you were a 400-pound woman trapped in a 200-pound woman's body. But it's not that you have a really high metabolism and you can eat really good. But it's like you're ready to burst at the seams in the skin. There's like, I know women and your babies and your pregnant bellies. It's a different type of skin. I don't know if you've seen it. It's different. It doesn't stretch the same. It doesn't give and take, and it's not as forgiving. So needless to say, I got in a taxi cab, went to the emergency room. A room known for its urgency and emergency situations. Tried that. But then there was this snot-nosed girl behind me, and then this old grandpa was sleeping, and some construction worker would cut his arm off. And I'm sitting there with a bursting bursting boner and nobody's talking to me. The nurses are laughing at me. They think it's a big joke. But I don't know if you've ever had a bursting boner. It hurts. It hurts like a son of a bitch. So anyway, 45 minutes later, they finally see me. They get me onto a gurney type thing. They put one of those. It's kind of like a tent. Anyway, so I'm sitting there thinking, God, oh God, just please get me out of the situation. Whatever you can do.
You guys seen Kyle Sweeney?
Whatever you can do, just please,
I get it, man.
please help me and get me out of this situation. And then,
I'm sorry to interrupt, Kyle.
can I finish?
No,
Can
please. It's just there's a package
just
for
let me-
you.
just let me
Somebody
finish.
just okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put my joke book down because I'm in the middle of a very
Oh,
important
please,
moment.
please.
So you're in the middle of the emergency room. They're looking at you, and you're like, God, just get me out of the situation. Whatever you do, and then you think to yourself, what about next time you take boner pills? You know, it's gonna be. I know what I said last time. Please, God, get me out of this situation. But who are we kidding? I mean, I'm kidding myself, I guess. I don't know about you, but. And then that's when it happened. No, it's not what you think. It's not some sort of surreal orgasm. It was the literal explosion of my boner. The doctors did everything they could. They patched me up with what materials they had on hand, but wrapped it with some gauze, put a cast on it. So in the end, maybe I got what I deserved, a rigid ceramic boner. But the real lesson is that was the low point in my life. Okay, that's the day you mark and you say never again. And it's a step each day, and it's hard. You take it moment by moment, and eventually you overcome it. But you have to go moment by moment, or else. Yeah. Anyway, I can give you one more joke, I guess.
Are you sure you don't want to just take this now, man? I mean, the guy really seemed like it was an urgent package for you. It's Brazilian Heffini boner pills.
That's Bonner Pilates. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time.